All right, this is gonna be a bit of a different video, just warning you, but I felt the need to make this because I think you and I need to have a little conversation. And this may just be the most important video you watch this week. So I received a message last week that said something along the lines of, I have invested in all of these programs, all of these courses, I'm watching all of these YouTube videos, I'm listening to all of these podcasts, and I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not growing. And this comes up a lot. And if you can relate to this, hit the like button below. Here's what I have to say to you, and this is probably what no one else is wanting to tell you, or you just don't want to hear it. The reality is, you are the only thing stopping yourself from actually succeeding. Because anyone can listen to the experts, anyone can follow the gurus, but the people who become leaders take action. And the thing that's really difficult about taking action is you have to get out of your own way. And I can speak from experience on this, that everyone who becomes good at something started crappy. For real. You can check out my first couple videos and know what I mean there. And I remember when I was making my first YouTube video, and it was like this vlog situation, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was so bad. And it was something that I spent 8 hours filming this video, and it was like a 5-minute video, and I had the perfect set, and I had the perfect lighting, and I had the perfect makeup, and I had the perfect everything, and it got a handful of views when I published it. And the moment that I got out of my own way, and I actually started focusing on how I could serve people and help people, that's when everything changed, and that's when I started to build this global audience, and it's why you're here watching today. So you have to understand that listening to all of the information, asking all of the questions about, I don't have any followers, so I just don't feel like I can build a business. You can't take followers to the bank. You just can't. It's not real. There's a lot of people with a lot of followers, and I am saying this from knowing a lot of people with a lot of followers who are making no money, who don't have a real business, who are living paycheck to paycheck, and they might have the vanity metrics, but they're not actually making any money. You can't take followers to the bank. So take that excuse and throw it in the trash. And every single person who you see who has built an audience, who is doing the damn thing, they started from zero. When I started my YouTube channel, I had 0 subscribers. I was in your shoes maybe. And I just did it. I just did the things. It's about doing the things. And I wanted to make this video because I think that we're in a culture right now and a society of information overload, but an execution depletion, if that's a word, meaning that we're taking in so much content, we're taking in so much information from so many different people, but we're not actually taking action on them. And we're all guilty of this, myself included. But what you have to do is you have to focus on the thing that you want the most and the result that you want the most, and take the action steps to get there and learn from the people that you want to learn from. So I would actually prefer it if people didn't enroll in my programs if they're not going to do the work, because that's not beneficial to anybody. And when you start asking all of the questions, think about why you're asking. Because at the end of the day, you could ask me, what kind of camera do I need to use to be successful on YouTube? What kind of lighting setup do I need? I need all of these bells and whistles. I will tell you the same thing every single time. It doesn't fucking matter. Pardon my French, but it doesn't. Your camera doesn't matter. You have everything you need right now, but you also have a lot of excuses. Do you have a phone? If you have a phone, that's a camera. It will work just fine. And a lot of people get started with that. Use what you have. Because waiting for the perfect equipment, waiting for the perfect set, waiting for the perfect setup, and I will tell you that I did this myself, will only stall you from getting where you want to go. Because none of it matters. And the people who are in your life who are telling you, oh, well, you shouldn't do that. Don't make a YouTube channel. Don't start a business, because what if it fails? They're saying it out of protection, and they're saying it from a good intention. But if they haven't done it, if they haven't built a business, if they haven't built a successful YouTube channel, if they haven't done the damn thing, you shouldn't be taking their advice, because it's only keeping you stuck. And again, you're the person getting in your own way. And if you have enrolled in programs, and if you have enrolled in courses, if you have listened to podcasts, if you've done all of these things and you're still not seeing results in action, who's to blame? And I'm not trying to be harsh. I just think, and I felt really honestly, I felt called to talk about this with you, because I don't think enough people are saying this and giving people the real hard truth. The only person to blame if you're not seeing results and success is yourself. And if you don't really want the outcome that bad, that's okay, because that's going to stop you from doing the work. But when you want something with every bone in your body, you're gonna get it, because you're gonna be propelled to take the action to get it. You're not just gonna listen to all the motivation and all the courses and all the programs and all the YouTube videos and all the gurus. You're actually gonna do the things they say to do. And that's the difference between the dreamers and the doers. So you have to make the decision of what you want. And if it's your ego getting in the way and you're feeling like, I can't possibly put myself out there if I don't look a certain way or sound a certain way, or what if my business idea is stupid, you don't know until you try. Every entrepreneur in the world is testing, always, experimenting, always. I have failed a million times, doing a million different things, but without every single one of those failures, I wouldn't be where I am today. And what happens is you create something that I like to call risk tolerance. So when I first started my business, even investing like $50 into something towards my business was terrifying to me. But at this point, I've invested well over $500,000 into coaches and mentors and programs, and I've turned that into $5 million in 3 years. So I want you to know that as you start to take risks, as you start to put yourself out there, as you start to drown out the noise of people who are saying don't do it, and they're coming from a place of protection and safety, but they haven't actually done it, as you start to drown those people out, you'll start to see momentum in your own success. And when you get one success, you're like, hey, I want to do that again. It feels good. So focus on momentum, focus on action. Because just taking the information, just listening to the information is not enough. It's not going to get you where you need to go. So I know this is a different video than you're used to from me, but I think it's really, really important, because I see so many people wanting to achieve something and they're not getting there because you're getting in your own way. So when you can take radical accountability for your success, and Tony Robbins, who I love and admire, says this, when your shoulds become musts, that's when shit happens. When you say, you know, I should create a YouTube channel, or I should start my business, you're not gonna do it. Nobody wants to do a should. But when you say I must, it is a non-frickin' negotiable, you'll do it. So take your shoulds and turn them into musts if they really do matter to you. Don't do something because you think somebody else thinks you should do it or is telling you to do it. That's not gonna last either. But if you have something inside of you that is saying, I know I need to do this, that becomes your must. And you will find every possible way to take action to get to that must. So I'm gonna leave you with that. Give this a like if it resonated with you. Share this with somebody who needs to hear it, and let me know what you think in the comments. And I might just start making more videos just like this. But I love you. I've got your back, and I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't wholeheartedly believe that you are fully capable of doing whatever you set your mind to, because you 100% are. And anyone who tells you that you're not is that person who's gonna stay stuck listening to all the podcasts, watching all the YouTube videos, doing all of the listening, but doing none of the doing. So don't listen to that person. Cool? Cool. Talk to you soon.